I have a question regarding footer backlinks. Does it bring a lot of value? So pretty much kind of similar question from the last one. Ahrefs
Hmm.
seems to inflate your authority if you get even low DR footer backlinks, but do they actually help a lot? If you could comment, let's say, compare it to a homepage and context one link versus footer on every page links. So yeah, just like we were saying in the last question, this is kind of like an old, outdated tactic that SEOs really used to spam a lot. Footer links, sidebar links, and it ends up being site wide, right? So, if one website has 1,000 index pages, that's 1,000 backlinks. That's only one referring domain, right? Um, and so, this is also why we look at referring domains much more heavily than the number of backlinks, because Google, there seems to be a rule of diminishing returns as far as many links coming from the same site. It's not to say that they still can't help you, but yeah. And then with regards to being a footer backlink, uh, you know, like I was saying before, it's kind of like this outdated kind of somewhat of a spammy tactic, or not really somewhat spammy. I guess it's just a spammy tactic. Um, but it's not to say they can't help you at all. But what will help you, what I would much, much, much rather have, just because it's more natural and has more, it's going to have more relevance and more weight with Google, would just be what you said about having a link on the homepage from a contextual backlink that's not in the footer, not in the sidebar. It's just on the homepage in a paragraph of information, right? What other question did you have here? Ahrefs seems to inflate your authority. Yeah, so I wouldn't worry about Ahrefs and inflated authority at all, unless you're like really, just creating a guest post farm website and you're trying to kind of like make extra money from people that don't understand how to look at a backlink profile of a website and understand that your authority's been inflated. Um, yeah, I wouldn't worry about that at all. What do you got, Nick?
Yeah, definitely agree. Don't worry about, the metrics. Worry more about building a healthy link profile. People that typically are looking to boost their DA or DR are hoping that kind of sends them, up in the SERPs, and it's not always the case. Now, yeah, I agree with Chris that a contextual homepage link is typically going to be better than a footer link. But again, we can talk about like diversifying your backlink profile, right? And so if you've got, let's say, 200 referring domains from natural link building or natural looking link building with natural anchors, predominantly going to your homepage, etc. Um, it depends with these footer links because they're not always, as link builders, we kind of consider them, like Chris said, an outdated tactic, right? But the fact of the matter is, they still do happen naturally out there.
Yeah.
People will pay to have an ad at the bottom of somebody's website in the footer. That's common ad space. Maybe it's like a network of sister sites, like in a question or two before.
Yeah.
So it is something that can benefit you, but I feel like, if you do this, you want to use it sparingly and you want to get on, you know, sites that are probably actually getting some movement or some traction, right? So if you're getting it by paying, I don't know, a website that's in your niche that gets lots of traffic that maybe even converts over to your website and you're getting clicks from there, it could be a good link to have. So, it's going to be, something that you've got to consider as far as cost benefit goes. As far as starting a PBN and then giving yourself, five links out of the 10 referring domains you've got from footers in that PBN, I would advise not doing that, right?
Yeah.
So just things to consider there.
Yeah, like those are a couple of good points. Sometimes you see it's usually kind of like much larger, like established sites that really do this, and I think they actually do it effectively, which is like maybe
Hmm.
they've got three sites, and they're all kind of like monsters in their own right, and then in the footer you'll see them linked to each other. And I think this can be an effective. But like Nick was saying, if it makes up like a very small portion of your backlink profile and the website doesn't have like footer links like spammed out, I think it could actually be okay. But what you want to avoid is if you basically if you have a bunch of different referring domains and they're all like coming from footer links, then Google will very easily, I think, just be like, well, this is you're basically spamming at this point. So yeah, not to say footer links can't help you, but I would still always just prefer a contextual backlink on the homepage or wherever else. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the links below for more info on this topic, as well as other cool stuff like SEO case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy ranking.